coffee, and some of us are obsessed with it. The smell, the taste, it's all a different culture whether you like to drink coffee or not. That's why we're here today at Out of the Box. Today at Out of the Box for our first ever episode for Dive Into the Rapids. So Teresa is the owner, and let's talk a little bit about you today. Tell us about how you got up until this point.
I was born and raised in Wisconsin Rapids. I've been in the service industry ever since a teenager in restaurants and things like that. And it's just something that I am interested in, customer service, waiting on people.
Great, and forgive the noise, of course. It is a coffee shop, so you're going to hear that today. So, I mean, you've worked in the industry a really long time, and so tell us a little bit about your background. Have you worked with coffee previously? Do you have a passion for coffee? Talk a little bit about that connection you have with coffee.
I was in the coffee industry for about a decade. I managed a business, and I saw a need in central Wisconsin that I felt wasn't being met. So I did a lot of research and decided to open up my own business.
Well, I first have to say thank you for opening because wow, what a place that you have here. So let's talk about the atmosphere and the style that you have here in your current location. How did you pick all of this? Tell me all of it.
A lot of Pinterest, actually. I had a friend who talked about shipping containers and designing and things that were being done in other states. And I started with that concept, saw some of the things that were being done and just kind of worked off of that idea.
So your building is fantastic and a great atmosphere, and you recently just expanded on your patio. Tell us a little bit about that.
We ran out of room. We have had a really good turnout with people coming in, enjoying breakfast and lunch and coffee with us. And I was actually supposed to have green space out there, but we decided to turn it into a patio.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, great scenery. How many people can sit out there?
I have 8 tables out there.
Wonderful, and I love the decorations and the greenery that you have there. So I'm happy that you were able to work with the city of Wisconsin Rapids to kind of work on that change that you were talking about. So let's talk about your customers, right? You say that they're coming in. What kind of customers do you have coming in here? Tell us a little bit about those guys.
I have regular customers that I see almost daily. I have actually, my oldest customer is 97 years old.
Wow.
Yep, he comes in every single day. We get kind of a good mix of people. Over the holiday weekend, there was a lot of people I could tell that were not from Wisconsin Rapids, but from different cities. But I would say it's definitely a mix.
Good, a little bit of something for everyone,
yep.
Right? So let's talk a little bit about my favorite part of your place, the menu, right? Who doesn't want to talk about the menu? So let's talk about what do you offer? Tell us a little bit about the drinks you offer and maybe a little bit about the menu that you have featured.
Sure, we offer coffee drinks, non-coffee drinks. We have something for everybody. Smoothies, frappes, refreshers are a really big hit right now with the summer weather. Our food menu, we offer breakfast sandwiches and lunch options. I try to do a healthy approach to some of the offerings that are in the area. I try to use organic and local as much as I can.
Wonderful. Well, that's always great to hear that you're supporting local because, of course, come here and support local as well, too. I also see that you're offering some coffee over here, and there's some candles and some things from Ruby Reds. So talk a little bit about the sale area that you have just right behind you.
I have candles from a girl who is local, Smith Candle Company. She does a wonderful job. I do have a liquor license, so I sell bottles of wine. You also can purchase them or have cocktails here if you choose. We have apparel that actually I'm out of, that I'm getting retail coffee, things like that, bakery items. Today we are going to make a cinnamon dolce latte. It's a house-made syrup that we do here, so I'm going to teach you how to do that.
Great, so explain this whole thing to me here.
This is an espresso machine.
Okay, thank you for our viewers.
Yes. We have 3 group heads, so we can brew 3 different cups of coffee at a time. Over here is an automatic grinder, so we're going to pull a double shot for what we're doing.
And this is your organic coffee, right?
These are organic espresso beans, correct.
Wonderful. And why do you press it down like that?
Because it has to have the right amount of compression in order for the shot to come out the way that you want.
Nice, okay, okay.
So we're just gonna take and dispense our shots into here. I'm gonna get out my milk.
And then this can actually, you guys have milk alternatives such as almond milk and things like that for people who.
I do, yeah.
Great,
Oat
great.
milk, almond, and coconut. Oat milk has really been popular. It's kind of taken off. It's a big trend right now.
It's so good though. And then what is this process here?
We are steaming our milk. We are frothing our milk.
Frothing. Frothe. Yeah, it's okay, I'm weird.
It's all right. So we're gonna go to 160 degrees.
And is that how it froths so well? Is it getting that higher temperature then?
It's just the air that it's putting in it.
Nice.
And how you steam it.
And how many shots of the cinnamon dolce? Is that what
Yeah.
I said? Dolce? I got this, guys. I got this.
We're putting in 3 pumps. It's a little lighter syrup than the other one, so we do a little extra one in there. There's that. Sprinkle cinnamon on top. Voila.
Voila. Okay. Let's get a close up for our camera on this right here. So some fun facts about coffee. Did you know coffee was actually found by a goat herder in Ethiopia? His goats were acting odd after eating some coffee cherries, and when he found out the bean inside actually was giving them energy, that farmer went and told a bunch of monks at a local monastery, and they used it to stay up all night to pray. Coffee is consumed all over the world. Finland is actually the highest per capita consuming country of coffee across the world. Now, the United States, of course, is ranked at number 26, so that means better get over to Out of the Box to get some coffee so we can get a higher ranking over there. The largest coffee producer in the world is Brazil. 80% of the coffee beans utilized across the world actually comes from small farmers. The first record of a public coffee house was actually in 1475, Kivahan, which is a Turkish city just out of Constantinople.
Motivates you as an individual, especially to start your own business? Like, how did that happen for you?
Again, I saw a need in the central Wisconsin area for something that was going to be a little bit fun. I feel like we needed something that had kind of a bigger city feel and look with a different concept, and that excited me to get something going for the community that they could enjoy.
And I love that. I love how unique your menu is. You still have some of those, you know, the basics of black coffee, but then you guys have some very interesting things. I know one of my favorites is your cold brew that has a cherry foam. I'm not a cherry lover, but wow, that is one great drink that I'm so excited for every time I come in here. So
wonderful.
I have to commend you on that. And your staff is super friendly as well. So we talked a little bit about your business and we talked a little bit about you, but what's the future look like for your establishment here?
Well, I've kind of outgrown my space, so I'm not sure. We've talked about maybe doing some things on the rooftop.
Wonderful.
In the future, so that may be something that we'll do.
Right, and I know we've talked previously about events and having some special parties here, and now you have that available. So can you talk a little bit about that? I know you had a wine tasting recently.
We did have a wine tasting. My business closes at 5 o'clock, so I'd like to take those after business hours and be able to have people utilize this space if they like, maybe rent it out for an event or something like that. So that's kind of a future thought.
Right, that's fantastic. So where can customers or potential customers find you? Social media, websites, where can we contact you at?
We are on Facebook, Instagram, and outofthebox.com.
Wonderful. And what are your hours of operation here?
We open 6 and close at 5.
So what are we making here today? Tell me what we're making.
So we're going to be making our out-of-the-box original sandwich.
Original, all right.
So this starts with our turkey sausage here, and we put it on our English muffin.
Well, I have to stop you. Wow, this is super clean. I have to tell you, I've been in some places. This is the cleanest I have ever seen this kind of space.
Well,
Good
thank
job.
you.
Where's
Thank
Teresa?
you.
Good job, Teresa. All right, I'm sorry. Let's get back to work. Okay, so sausage.
So it starts here, and then we get our egg whites as well that we'll get out of the oven. And then we put this in the oven for about a minute and a half, or the toaster for about a minute and a half. And then we bring it out and we put our veggies on it.
All right, let's do that. So tell us what you're building on top of here.
Okay, so first we're going to start with our egg over here. We're going to get out of the oven. Put a little bit of salt and pepper on here. And then we're going to get our avocado smashed over here.
Everybody loves some avocado.
I'm from California. I definitely love avocado.
All right.
Put this here. We're going to get our tomato. And then we're going to get our microgreens, which we get locally from White Feather Organics.
Yeah, so that's right here in central Wisconsin. So super great that you guys use local products.
We try, we love it. And then put it on here.
So as a business owner, what's been the biggest challenge that you've had since you've opened your front doors?
We had a huge turnout our opening week and ever since. So I think training was great, but I don't think that we knew what we had was in store for us. So being able to adjust to the demand was challenging. The food menu really took off. I wanted to be a coffee shop with food offerings, and it's turned into more, it's equal. So it was a challenge to kind of figure out that flow. We do have our drive-through, so being able to keep the drive-through line moving and being efficient, as well as having the inside dining, figuring that all out. But we've come a long way, and we all learned together, and it's great.
I have to say, your parking lot was just redone too,
Yep.
right? When the building was first ready and open to go, it was still like gravel and dirt, so it's exciting that you guys have your parking all figured out. It's fantastic, and the drive-through is super easy to go through, so if you're heading to work, everybody, you better be stopping here for coffee. So, but I want to thank you so much, Teresa, for being here today and letting us, film around your place and dive into
Absolutely.
Rapids. So we hope to hear more from you, and we hope that you guys stop by and have a cup of coffee, a sandwich, or maybe two.